The Sex Lives of African Girls is a story written by Taye Selassie. In the story, first published in 2011, a young girl Edom moves from Lagos to Ghana, where she lives with her uncle, auntie, her cousin Comfort, and other house staff. At the beginning, Uncle travels to Lagos and visits Edom and her mother. He is overjoyed to see his sister and insists she travels back to Ghana with him. She declines, but sends Edom with him, where she is plunged into a new world with a deep-seated history of secrets and abuse. During the story, we are introduced to the characters of Auntie, Comfort, Ruby, Francis, Iago, Auntie's uncle Mahmoud, and her mother Miriam. As the story unfolds, Edom walks in on Uncle and Ruby in his study, where Edom realizes what happened in the study also happened with her mother back in Lagos. Auntie's uncle Mahmoud makes a sexual advance on Edom later, where Auntie yells at him. Later on, Edom tags along with Auntie when she visits Miriam. The mother and daughter get in an argument while Edom looks on. It is revealed in this scene that Comfort is not actually Auntie's daughter, but instead Ruby's daughter. When they return back home, Auntie slaps Francis for not listening to her. Edom stumbles outside, trying to find Francis, and discovers Iago and Comfort kissing. After backing away, she walks the path to the boys' quarter, where she sees Francis naked while showering. She runs back to her room, where Uncle comes up to see her. He asks her a couple of questions before cupping her cheek and kissing her. Auntie walks upstairs and sees this and begins to hyperventilate and yells at Uncle. He slaps her once and reminds her that it is his household and leaves. Auntie and Edom hug at the very end of the story. This movie is set 10 years after the original time period of the story, where Auntie and Edom now live in an apartment together and reflect back on the events that unfolded throughout the short story.
Edom, are you done with this plate?
Yeah. Thanks for doing the dishes, Auntie.
Some days I don't mind. Other days I still wish I had houseboys.
What day is today?
Still trying to figure that out.
Auntie, do you remember when I first moved back in with you and Uncle?
I remember that time very clearly. I remember your uncle wanted to go visit you and your mother, but your mother refused. So we brought you back with hopes your mother would return back to Ghana.
I don't think she wanted to leave. I mean, she didn't have to pay rent out of the kindness of Sinclair's heart. In reality, knowing the hotel proprietor so intimately really had its benefits. You know, it was nice moving away with Uncle, at least for a while. But then I started to realize what I thought was almost utopia really wasn't.
Your uncle had an innate ability to convince everyone around him that everything was perfect, even if that meant hiding the truth. Granted, we all hid the truth. Ruby hid the fact that she had an affair with your uncle. Comfort hid the fact that she was not in love with her fiancé. I hid the fact that Comfort was not my daughter. And your uncle hid the fact of how abusive he was to everyone. When did you first realize what was really going on?
I think it was the day that I walked in on Uncle and Ruby. That was the same day we visited your mom, I believe. I never seen anything like it. Well, I never knew I had seen anything like it, I guess.
Stupid girl, get out.
Ruby's eyes showed a kind of hatred I'd only seen once before. My mother's eyes looked up at me one time after I came home when Sinclair was over. He was kneeling behind her. I thought I had done something wrong, like it was my fault and that she hated me.
Why do you think your mom and Ruby glared at you like that?
I think it's because they thought that was all they were good for. I didn't know my mother was sleeping with Sinclair so that we'd have free rent. Until Uncle said, "She's my sister's daughter. She of all people knows what a whore is."
I remember that. I remember asking him not to use that language. That's when Uncle Mahmoud showed his true colors.
Did he sexually abuse you as a child?
I was 12. I didn't realize what he was doing until I grew older. That's why I got so upset when he put his arm around you. I was only trying to protect you from the same hurt I suffered. But
after all he did for you, he gave you schooling. He gave you the life you have.
you think I asked for the life he gave me?
Go to hell.
Thank you, Mother. I defended your uncle, saying at least he slept with grown women. I didn't think.
Neither of us thought he would stoop as low as he did. When he came to visit it, he said I reminded him of my mother, that we looked alike, that we had the same long neck. I didn't know why he was looking at the length of our necks. I had no idea what he meant by that.
I hadn't come in yet. Edom, I'm so sorry I wasn't there.
I mean, I'm just really glad you came in when you did.
It was the first time I didn't feel like a childless mother. Comfort was never that, a comfort to me. Because at the end of the day, I was still childless, and we all knew. We all knew I was worthless.
Auntie, you've never been worthless.
I was treated like it, at least.
Well, hey, we're here now. We finally escaped. A new family and a new life.
Sometimes there are things I'd like to say, but they are all
Oh no!
of me, and I'm scared to feel like
I'm just talking to myself. I talk to myself a lot. What am I supposed to say?
you lying in your favorite dress.
Ooh! Alright, whenever you're ready.
Am I in focus?
Yeah.
Okay. Stupid girl, get out.
Germs in this mess.
Whenever you're ready.
What am I saying? Just
Same thing.
no, stop. Stop it!
What are you doing? What are you doing?
He's living life. Oh my goodness. Hi. Just tell me mean things or something like
Your hair looks ugly.
no, not that.